Hello everyone. I'm here to give you some help on the upcoming exam. This is going to be exam number 3. This is going to cover chapters 10 and 11. So that's basically monopoly, oligopoly, and game theory. So the exam is going to have 20 questions, similar to the previous exams. And one of the topics that are going to be covered, let me just erase this, is going to be a monopoly and how to find price, quantity, total revenue, total cost, and profit from a graph that looks something like this. So you got price, quantity, you have a demand curve, you have a marginal revenue curve, and then you're going to have an ATC and a marginal cost. So you're going to be given a picture like this. With this picture, and of course there's going to be numbers along here, and there's going to be numbers along here. You're going to have to tell me what price this monopolist is going to charge, quantity produced, total revenue, total cost, and profit. Now, where can you get information on this? Well, my recorded lecture, starting on time segment 13 minutes, 48 seconds. If you start at that time segment, I cover this. I give you 7 steps on how to find P, Q, T, R, T, C. Also, if you go to your textbook on 16th edition, page 223, there's a heading called Profit Maximization. They also cover this information. And if you go to is it week 10? Let me just check. Yeah, well, the week that we covered Monopoly, quiz number 10, I believe it is, questions 3 through 7 deal exactly with this particular topic. So that's going to give you some helpful information on that. Another topic that's going to be covered in the textbook is going to be the concentration ratio. So this is in chapter 11. And basically, I'm going to give you some market share data, and you need to be able to calculate the concentration ratio. And I have a number of questions on that. If you go to the video lectures I have for that week, so this is going to be the week of the oligopoly, so I have 4 lecture videos. The lecture video 2 of 4, that entire video covers the concentration ratio. So that's a good video to review. Also, if you go to that week's quiz for oligopoly, questions 1, 4, 5, 8, and 10 for that quiz are a great review for the types of questions we're going to be asking on concentration ratio on the exam. Another topic we're going to be covering is going to be the kinked demand curve. Let's see. Kinked demand curve. And basically, I want you to be able to understand that we've got one curve that looks like this. That's D1. Another curve that looks like this, D2. Now, only parts of each curve are relevant. I want you to be able to identify which parts are relevant. And if you start at a price right here, if I raise price, which curve do I move along? If I lower price, which curve do I move along? Now, to get these types of answers, you can go to Chapter 11 videos, recorded lectures for that week. The particular video is 3 of 4. And if you go to time segment 525 to 1233, I cover information that's going to be linked directly to questions on the kinked demand curve. Also, Chapter 11 lecture video 4 of 4, watch the entire video. It covers both the kinked demand curve, it covers the kinked demand curve. Also, if you go to the textbook, on page 255. This is the 16th edition. It covers information that's that has a graphic that I'm going to use in the textbook and in the exam. And then if you go to week 11 quiz, questions 6 through 7 are going to be very good practice. Now, another thing we're going to be covering is the HHI, Hirschman Index. And if you go to the textbook, there is a section called Structural Guidelines, the HHI. I believe it's on page 268. That's a good thing to review on chapter 11. And then if you go to the lecture video for Oligopoly, the video 2 of 4 is a very good one. And in particular, if you start in time segment 8 minutes, 45 seconds, that's where I really start talking about the HHI. Game theory. I'm going to have a question that has a matrix like this. So player 2, player 1. And then I'm going to have strategies, let's say low, high, low, high. And player 1, if player 1 gets $10 here, 12 here, 13, 8, 14, 6, 15, 15. So I'm going to have a matrix like this, and you have to be able to find a dominant strategy, Nash equilibrium. That's basically what you have to find for each player. And if you go to week 12 quiz, questions 1 through 3, I have something very similar to what I'm going to have on the exam. There are other questions in that quiz that are worth focusing on too, but specifically questions 1 through 3. Also, if you go to video question, Prisoner's Dilemma and Nash, and video question, more on Nash, that also covers material that we're going to be covering on this. Also, in the game theory section of Canvas, I have a recorded lecture 2 of 3 and 3 of 3. Those are very good to review because I really cover this on, especially how to find Nash. Definitely focus on those recorded lectures because I give a very straightforward step-by-step process on how to find Nash equilibrium. So that's really, really good. Now, those recommendations cover about, I'd say, 17 of the 20 questions. So this should be a big help on focusing your attention on what to cover. That's all.